ever struggle with body image? Sometimes we become so obsessed. Our reflections can be vicious demons. They prod us, they taunt us. My demons are known as Have you ever spent hours fretting over your appearance, scrutinizing over imperfections, tearing yourself to threads, over flaws often only you can see? So many of us struggle with body image. We rip ourselves apart just searching for defects, whether they be from photographs or looking back at us from the mirror. Sometimes we become so obsessed, our thoughts can barely be distracted. Feelings of unworthiness, self-consciousness consumes us. We believe our flaws stand out to others like a flashing beacon, because to us, often they do. We put so much stress on ourselves for the expectations we have of ourselves, of how we believe we should look or present. We cannot fathom how others can tell us we look good, but yet we want to feel we look good. We often believe them to be humoring us, when the imperfections in our mind's eye are so evident. But are they really there, or is it mind trickery? Our reflections can be vicious demons, spitting insecurities through our brain like poison. You could tell me I was beautiful, but that was the opposite of how I viewed myself. I failed to see many positives in me at all. Though I was very good at being the noisiest in the room, masking my inferiority complex with false bravado. What we show others, what is perceived from our exterior, is often a far cry from what really resides within us. Some of us have carried the inner turmoil of self-loathing, self-doubt around with us for much of our lives. Many of these self-doubts are instilled in us by others. Society's ideals of perfection, how we should look, also has a lot to answer for. We are conditioned to think we should be flawless, that we should be a certain shape or size, be devoid of blemishes and wrinkles, and our ass be dimple free. We set ourselves up to fall. We have such a ridiculous misconception about beauty. Such warped ultimates like demons beckoning us into their net, preying on our weaknesses. These monsters know exactly when and how to strike, to tear us down and shred any sense of self-worth. They highlight to us our imperfections, most often flaws they make visible to us alone. Others can rarely comprehend how these demons ensnare us into their den of mind games. Others often misconceive our suffering, our self-doubts as attention-seeking, fishing for compliments. They have no concept of the inner turmoil, the anguish. Nor do they understand we could be fed 1,000 compliments. The ravenous beast will just devour them, regurgitate them back through our mind as deception, a bid to quieten us. Others can never quite grasp that just because their minds view us a certain way, they believe we should just be grateful for how we look because they see us in a positive light. And whilst on some level they are right, it will not stop the torture, the venom, toxifying our minds. There is seldom compassion, consideration for the distress these demons deliver. Often if others view you opposite of how you view yourself, or you dare voice openly of the dislike for some of your body parts or features, it is completely frowned upon as though you have committed some sort of sin. Because they do not see what you see or feel what you feel, it's as though you have no right. Others will often devalue your emotions, your insecurities, because they see themselves in a harsher light by society's ideals than they see you. It's a no-win situation. We all have the right to feel what we feel. When the demons come calling your name, sometimes triggered by the unexpected, there's just nowhere to hide. Warding them off takes power, inner strength, a lot of courage to confront these vile bastards, a lot of support and a lot of communication. We should reach out and ask for help. I am no expert. I can only share from my own experiences. But from those experiences, I know that these monsters are too strong to go into battle with alone. They linger, wait for that moment of weakness to lure us back into that familiar trap. They prod us, they taunt us, knowing all our vulnerabilities and triggers. Our inner warrior must learn to become stronger, to ward off any sign of approach. We can do this. We are not alone. Our inner warrior may never fully slay the demons in our head, but it can learn to control them. My demons are known as body dysmorphia, an illness I was diagnosed with in my 20s. An illness that also saw me tread the path to bulimia. Often we seek out, search desperately to find flaws in others because it's somehow then easier to justify the flaws we see in ourselves. We somehow feel less alone. Sadly, there is such a stigma that surrounds mental illness when so many of us battle some kind of war with the demons circling our minds. Body dysmorphia causes you to fixate on often imaginary flaws. I could just never see myself as attractive, never saw myself as much at all. I would always rate myself poorly next to other women. I could be heaped with compliments, but they'd go in one ear and out the other. But if there was even the slightest insult directed my way, that's what I'd focus on. The bad stuff's easier to believe. That was my reality. Others would tell me I was beautiful. I just wish I could have seen that in my own reflection. But the demons blinded me from anything good. But my defects were all that shone back at me. I feared that's all others would see in me too. Thing is, mental illness can affect in many shapes and forms, and it can get its grip on any one of us. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. You wouldn't be ashamed of a visible illness. So why the fuck should you be ashamed of an invisible one? We must all learn to be kinder to ourselves. Try to focus on our positives with acceptance of all that we are. Accepting that flaws are perfectly normal and perfectly okay. We just need to go easier on ourselves when our self-doubts do creep in. We all have flaws, we all have our differences, our quirks. These are what set us apart from others, make us fabulously unique, and can even be what appeals us to others. Most importantly, we need to be proud of who we are as a person. Stop rating ourselves on superficial bullshit that just doesn't matter. I almost didn't start this channel. I could feel the demons lurking, looking for a way back in. But I confronted them demons head on. My vulnerabilities, my apprehension of laying myself bare to the masses. Step out of my comfort zone, confront the fears, the demons within. I just held my breath and jumped, took the leap of faith. I've come too far in my recovery to give in to the whispers in my ear. My warrior has my back. My brave is stronger than my fear. I have much more substance than the way I look. We all do. So long as we are growing, so long as we are healing from the things that scarred us, so long as we never surrender to those self-doubts. We are all warriors. We have all gone into some sort of private battle. Some we've won, some we've lost, and some we are still fighting. We do not earn our stripes merely by the battles we win. We earn them by having the courage to stand up and fight, even to just get through the day. We all have battle wounds and we earned them all. The person these battles helped us become on the inside is far more commendable than a beautiful hollow exterior. Our outer shell only makes passing impact, no matter how we look. It's the light and vitality we project into the world. All that we possess within is what truly touches others. We can be the most aesthetically pleasing, but it's not our features, but our bravery, our warmth, our authenticity that will remain fondly etched in others' memories. Be proud of your strong points without belittling yourself for your flaws. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the like button and let me know in the comments if this resonates with you and how you've dealt with it. Always remember, our features may turn heads for a depthless thrill, but nothing will enrapture like the spiritual allure of a lion-hearted will. If you'd like to see more real, raw, straight-shooting content from me, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. In the meantime, love, peace, and light to you.